Real Madrid are embarking on a new future and, they will hope, a new dynasty under the guidance of manager Xabi Alonso. The Spanish maestro brought Bayer Leverkusen an undefeated Bundesliga season and league title in 2023-24 with an appearance in the Europa League final while turning the likes of Ezequiel Palacios, Piero Hincapié, Jonathan Tah, Robert Andrich, and Alex Grimaldo from average to great. Alonso will look to do the same with the current crop of Real Madrid players after a disappointing, trophy-less season. Already, the Spanish manager is bringing in some big names to the Spanish capital, including centre-back Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth. Now, he has his eye to the future with another attacking midfield move to potentially replace Nico Paz if the academy graduate is bought from Como and sold to Leverkusen as a Florian Wirtz replacement. According to a report from Fabrizio Romano, Real Madrid have made a fresh approach to both River Plate and Franco Mastantuono's camp for a transfer to acquire the Argentinian playmaker. The trail had cooled for months after Mastantuono was identified as one of Juni Califat's top targets in 2024, with Califat viewing the magical 17-year-old as the next big thing in world football, just as he did years ago with Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo Goes in Brazil. Now with Champions League winners PSG highly interested in Mastantuono, Real Madrid are getting serious about signing the highly rated youngster. Mastantuono has always made it clear that he has dreamed of Madrid, and now with Champions League rivals PSG serious about signing him, Real Madrid have woken up from their slumber. It appears a significant part of that is down to the change in management, with Alonso wanting the club to invest in special young talents like Mastantuono, who can help him for years to come and even immediately, based on how well the teenager has been performing for River Plate this summer in the Argentinian top flight. Per Fab, Mastantuono's release clause sits at €41 million, which is actually a great deal, considering Real Madrid paid more for Rodrigo and Vinicius. Mastantuono seems to be a prospect somewhere between the two in quality and is comparable. He'd also be cheaper than Endrick was last year. As Real Madrid and PSG battle fiercely for the biggest prospect in South America, Real do so knowing they have a big advantage since the player, like the Brazilian trio above, values Los Blancos more than the rest. With Alonso taking charge, Real could be closing on the third big signing of the former Madrid Regista's tenure as manager after already securing defensive standouts Huijsen and Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool fame. Hold the phone, the Real Madrid transfer race for Franco Mastantuono isn't quite over, if news by Fabrizio Romano is anything to go by. It's silly season in the world of soccer right now, as clubs from across Europe are locking horns for some of the best players in the world. At the very top of the pile is Real Madrid, who are known as the transfer window sharks. Under new management now, club president Florentino Perez will be eager to fast-track Xabi Alonso's route to success by spending some funds that Real has saved over the last few seasons. Already, Xabi Alonso has been instrumental to signing some defenders. However, his next pressing need is to sign a midfielder. While the names of Angelo Stiller and Martin Zubimendi have been thrown around a lot in the build-up to the window, now Real Madrid might be returning to a former target. According to an exciting update from Fabrizio Romano, Real Madrid remains in the race to sign Franco Mastantuono from River Plate. They face heavy competition from Champions League winners PSG, but the Italian journalist hasn't ruled out Los Blancos yet. In his own words, Romano said, Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain are currently in a battle to get Franco Mastantuono. Paris Saint-Germain have been in advanced talks with all parties involved for days, but still nothing signed or done. Real Madrid are in contact with the players' camp, working on it again. Just recently, Real Madrid fans began losing hope over Mastantuono. Not only had PSG intensified their pursuit, Real Madrid seemed to have backed off on theirs. However, in hindsight, this was naive from the fanbase. If we know Real Madrid well, then we should understand how slowly they move. This isn't a weakness, it's Real Madrid's strength that they can afford to play it cool. Ultimately, Real Madrid relies on players wanting to join the club. Therefore, if a player is worth signing, then he's worth waiting for. This is a confident play, but it has resulted in Real Madrid getting what they want 9 times out of 10. Still, that one time will be at the back of fans' minds. Therefore, it's good to get this reassurance from Fabrizio Romano that the race isn't over as far as Real Madrid is concerned. Fabrizio Romano just dropped a Real Madrid transfer target out of nowhere, and it should have fans very excited for the future. Real Madrid is about to undergo a transitional period as a club. Of course, they recently bid farewell to Carlo Ancelotti, a club legend by every stretch of the imagination. The Italian manager is one of the great managers of all time, but Real Madrid needed to move away from him before it was too late. And so they did, replacing him with a young manager in Xabi Alonso. The Spanish coach is a Real Madrid legend in his own right, but is still early in his managerial career, so looking to make a name for himself after leaving Bayer Leverkusen. Having already worked on a few transfers, Xabi Alonso could soon solidify Real Madrid for the future by unearthing a gem signing from Ajax. According to an early morning update from Fabrizio Romano, Real Madrid is interested in signing Azzedine Wazan from Ajax. In fact, initial talks have already taken place, but as it stands, nothing concrete in the way of an agreement or bid. Wazan is still just 16 years old and is already making shockwaves at Ajax. The Dutch side is known for producing some of the best talents in the world, so Real Madrid might just get their hands on a future star. Wazan is a right-footed midfielder who can play anywhere in the center of midfield or attack. He could even become a striker, if that's a hole that Real Madrid must fill in the distant future. Due to his playing style at an early age, Wazan has even drawn comparisons to Zinedine Zidane, which will be music to the ears of Real Madrid. No pressure on the 16-year-old, of course. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more Madrid latest news.